What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about how I got these guys to work in war offense. They are a terrible war team. Way too much of their stuff is tied to raids, but I was able to take out Spider-Punk, plug in some characters, and able to turn them from a trash war offense team to a middle of the pack kind of war offense team. I was able to use them to defeat Doc Ock, Emmarauders, even Fantastic Four with She-Hulk. I plugged a couple of different characters in to get these results. So I'm going to talk about all that in today's video. If you guys do find this video helpful, you do enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's start by talking about what's wrong with Web Warriors. So the big thing is that too much of their stuff is, of their kits, their passives, their abilities, tied to raids, and it's made them not good for war. For instance, Scarlet Spider on spawn, offense up and death proof to Web Warrior allies, that's only in raids. The healing in his passive ability goes from 3% to 1% outside of raids. Not good stuff. He does still give him the max health and the max crit damage, which is nice. But then you go over to Gwen or Ghost Spider, her 25% boost in damage to Web Warrior allies outside of does not work outside of raids. Ability energy doesn't work outside of raids. And then finally, the one that really hurts this team is this. Applying defense up, offense up, speed up, or deflect. One of those to each Web Warrior ally when a negative effect is applied to an enemy. You don't get to use that outside of raids. So this team loses out on a lot of damage, a lot of buffs, and a significant loss in healing when they're not in raids. And that's been a big problem with them in war. So the goal is to figure out how we can replace that on this team. And I took out Spider-Punk. Spider-Punk is really the weak link in this team, especially outside of war. Inside raids, or especially in war. Outside of raids, he doesn't do much. You know, he doesn't give the crit chance boost to the Web Warriors. And he does clear the heal block on crits, but it's not going to be a big deal for what I was doing with these fights. So I took out Spider-Punk, and at that point I said, well, who can I bring in to replace like the loss in buffs, the damage? Who can I use at that point? And I came up with two options. And I looked at my city roster because I want to see who was here that could kind of like slot in. And the first one I thought of was everybody's favorite character, Kingpin, solely because of his ultimate. And I used Kingpin with Web Warriors to beat Fantastic Four. It's that defense up to all allies, the offense up for all allies. You get the bonus chance to call an assist, but you don't need to worry about that. You don't need a T4 for this. This one's not bad, and this is going to be the first footage I show you guys here. It's a slight punch down. This was about an 80-90% success rate. It kind of depends on the RNG with your evasion of your Web Warriors. It really wasn't that bad, but this is who I'm going to be fighting against. And the tricky part of this is that She-Hulk is going to constantly remove negative effects from that team, apply it to your team. You got a lot of assists, you got the offense up and everything. So the goal here is to pretty much see who, like, you got to get the ability block on Invisible Woman. You don't need that barrier. You don't want that offense up on your team. So the goal is to basically strip off buffs from her right away. Now, this can get a little wonky depending on who gets attacked by Human Torch. Like, if one of these characters gets that, gets the attack, or the attack from Human Torch and the assist, and they do dodge, it can drive up their speed bar, and it can cause a little bit of a problem in order of operations, and that was the rough part for me. But I'm going to get rid of that defense up off of Invisible Woman here. And now I'm going to use the ability block from Ghost Spider on her, so now we don't have to worry about the barrier. And now I'm going to use Scarlet Spider to hit She-Hulk, get defense down on her, and then chain to Thing, and then use the special from Spider-Man, gets defense up, or get defense down the line for everybody here. But now, because we had that vulnerable on She-Hulk, it's going to remove the offense up and defense up off of her. And now, this is the really tricky part. You have to kind of slow it down and see what you're looking at here. We get the basic from Invisible Woman. She attacks a Web Warrior. And then the passive from Ghost Spider finishes her off right here. Invisible Woman's gone at this point. So now you don't need to worry about her with her cleanse. You don't need to worry about the barrier. Quite a bit easier. And again, this is part of the problem. Like, if Kingpin gets hit with that, well, then it's a bit of a different story, because you don't have the buffs from him. You don't have the passive from Ghost Spider killing off Invisible Woman. There we go. Couple more hits in. We're low on health on Miles, but thankfully he goes into stealth, and now we get the buffs, the offense up and defense up on our characters. And now She-Hulk's doing her thing. She's going to target Ghost Spider because Ghost Spider has the highest damage on the team. And now we're starting to take a little bit of damage. Things are looking a little bit dicey here. But now we're going to try to finish off Human Torch because he's kind of like the damage dealer of this team. We're going to stun She-Hulk. Well, we killed her, but you can stun She-Hulk so that her passive doesn't keep triggering, so you don't get the bonus, you don't get the stacks of charged on her, and you don't have her clearing negative effects off. So if you stun She-Hulk, not bad. Then the special from Scarlet Spider gets rid of buffs, kills off Human Torch, and another hit there. Yeah, this one, this is like so tricky. It's not completely reliable, and it's a bit of a cluster with RNG, but it works. And I want to show this one first because this is the one that I felt was like the least probable of all the teams, all the fights that I found with Web Warriors. The other two that I found were quite a bit more useful and a bit more consistent. So we're going to talk about those next. So going back to what I was trying with the city heroes, or with the city characters. So Kingpin, give some buffs, not bad. Another one that I was settling on was Punisher. Now, if you don't have Skeletor built up, you don't even have a built-up Punisher, that's not a problem. He's literally here just for his passive. And in the footage, he doesn't even survive that long. You don't even need his T4 on his passive. You just need him to give, right here, this level 2 passive ability. With this, City Heroes gain, City Hero allies gain 10% bonus damage, and then another 30% against villain targets. And all your Web Warriors are City Heroes. So it's gonna help give them a huge boost against villain targets. So then the next question was, well, what kind of villain targets can I find on War Defense? And in my testing, I found two that are pretty consistent in Doc Ock and Emma. Again, nothing to write home about, but before you weren't really able to get wins against those kinds of teams with Web Warriors. They were just terrible. So that is going to be the next part of the footage here. And this is a Doc Ock fight. Again, a slight punch down, but Punisher's going to die off pretty quickly, and it's not a problem. He's literally here just to boost their damage at the start of the fight. If he survives to get a couple abilities off, cool. If not, that's fine. He's just here to give him that 40% boost in damage. Web Warriors already have significantly high damage. That 40% is going to really take him up another level. It's great. And again, everything here is on the test server. So, you know, everything's maxed out, but, you know, we're just kind of taking out some of these characters. We're trying to get rid of these deflects right now. Now, you're not going to be able to apply offense down to the enemy team because they have such a huge resistance to offense down. What we can do, however, is start taking out some of these deflects. We're going to work on Mysterio, try to get him taken out. We're going to chain down the line here. Defense down on everybody, except for Doc Ock, which is unfortunate, but that's kind of the name of the game here. We don't get rid of Mysterio because Doc Ock blocked, Mysterio healed back up to full. We've got heal block on our team now. Not ideal. Still working on it. We're going to put blind on Mysterio, or actually no, we did not put blind on him. I believe he resisted it. Yeah, again, this is part of the problem, is that, yeah, no blind there. But now we're going to stun Doc. And if you don't land defense down, it's fine. You've got that skirmisher boost on Spider-Man just for this reason. So, no defense down, still lands it. But now we can reduce speed bar on characters. We can drop down Doc Ock quite a bit lower on health, give us plenty of time to clear him out. Take some damage from Swarm, not a big deal. And now we can clear everybody out. We clear out Doc, we clear out Mysterio, and now we've got all these buffs, all these negative effects on Rhino. And this is where, if you could, like you're able to extend some of these buffs, but getting that defense down on someone and then using the ultimate from Ghost Spider to extend it is good. So there we go, ultimate from Ghost Spider. Everybody now is going to get a bunch of negative effects. It seems that the defense down was resisted by Electro. I should have taken out Electro there first. Almost lose Scarlet Spider here. In fact, I think, yeah, I do lose Scarlet Spider there. But able to finish off Doc. By no means clean, but that damage boost plus that defense down you're able to land with Spider-Man is able to give you the win. So, like, it's, again, like, we're not going to make this team, like, super OP. Also, I just realized that Electro just got yeeted back there. Is that a glitch? Let me see this. Let me see that. Oh, look at that. Yeah, she teleports into the back there. That's fun. I never noticed that. But yeah, there's Electro just hanging out there in the back. She's I guess she's sidelined now. So now you know what happens. Ghost Spider just teleports them back like 100 feet. That's all that happens with her kill animation. So yeah, this is again not clean, but at least we're getting something with the Web Warriors, and that's the goal here. And then here we go with this Punisher team. Now this has no Sabretooth, this does have Minerva. And again, we're not here to, like, Punisher does not need to exist beyond just being on spawn for the damage boost. So if he dies off early in the match, no problem at all. And it also can kind of mess with you depending on who gets targeted by Mystique here. It actually doesn't really matter too much, but no, it could cause issues possibly. We're just chained down the line. We're gonna try to just get rid of these deflects, and we gotta go through. We gotta go through through Mr. Strife over here. And if you lose Punisher here, it can make things a little bit more complicated because his ultimate will help clear out Strife. But again, it's not going to really make that much of a difference here. But yeah, now we got a stun from Spider-Man there with the clone. A little unfortunate. And now we've gotten rid of Strife. We've gotten rid of Minerva over on the side too. You want to be careful because that Minerva can revive Strife, and that will screw with things too. We'll get rid of the Spider-Man clone. See who gets blinded here. It is poor Punisher. Punisher is now dead. Now we're going to do speed bar on Mr. Sinister. We're going to finish him off before he can use his heal. That's not going to be fun if he does get that heal off. That's going to give a lot of buffs to everybody. Don't want that. So now we're going to take out Emma if possible. We tried to, I believe I tried to use the special there from Ghost Spider. Actually, I don't think I used the special there from Ghost Spider. Yeah, this special was off cooldown. But yeah, no, try to basically just finish off Emma here. And now we just have Mystique left. So that damage boost really kind of helped cut through things. Like, usually all the negative effects get cleared. You get speed down on your team, and death by 1,000 cuts. You really can't get through Strife in time. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So that's where Punisher really comes into play. His special there was able to help kind of lower the health on Strife, get him down low, and then we're able to use some of these abilities from these other characters and just kind of finish off Strife and Minerva at the same time. Yeah, again, like, it doesn't look that impressive, but it's better than what we got before. And at this point, I don't know what more I can do with Web Warriors. Like, I can keep trying and testing if you guys want to see more with these guys in Web Warriors and War, but I'm not quite sure what else I can squeeze out of these guys in War. They're like middle tier at best. I don't think they're going to be great. Like, I could try plugging in some more stuff, like try to find a hybrid team with them. Maybe for War, like some kind of symbiote Web Warrior hybrid, but I'm not keen on doing that since symbiotes have their own team too. But let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys think I should try anybody else with Web Warriors, if you guys want to see anything else with this attempt, let me know down below. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.